welcome back to Ravenwood Dairy, and we are off to do our 2 barley harvesting contracts that we have left to do. I get those done today, and then I have the straw from contracts mod enabled, so we'll be baling the straw off of both fields, and then we have our own straw to bale from our barley field. What I'm going to do is put all of the barley into our silo. I was going to use the rail silo, but I think our silo is closer, so we're going to put all the barley in our silo, and then once we've baled all the straw and got that off the fields, we'll then think about delivering the barley, because that's the best way to do it. I think it means we minimise the amount of barley we deliver. We only need to deliver 80% for each one to complete the contracts, and if we tip as we go, one of them we will probably end up delivering 100%. So, and I don't want to complete the contracts before we've got the straw off the field. We really struggled for straw last year. Our cows have been without straw for all of the winter, so we need to take care of that. We've got the combine and the Ford 850 coming over with workers, so I'm just going to jump in the Ford because I want to try and get in ahead of the combine so that we can get the header in place ready to hook up to it, because that way it's going to be easier. So yeah, I've had a bit of a break from playing on here, just with doing courseplay videos and then getting started on Calmston and stuff. So it's been a little while. I'd kind of forgotten what I was doing. Looks like we can just cut ahead here. Awesome. Thank you for taking that corner slightly differently. I was impressed with how the workers did getting us over here. I've not really used base game workers to move stuff around the map, but I didn't have auto drive targets set, so yeah, we used the base game workers. I'm just going to pull up in front of this track, and then we can hook the header straight up to the combine. That should work well for us. This is the combine that I leased last time. Doing these contracts to help pay the leasing cost and get the straw, because I want to hold on to it until our oats are ready, which is next month hopefully. So we're going to take a hit on some extra leasing fees. If I was being smart, I would have waited at least a day and leased this on the second half of June, but I wasn't. So, and I was in a rush and I wanted the straw, so yeah, we'll just pull out of the way in the Ford and then jump in the combine and make a start. Going to run this field manually, just making sure we have the straw swath enabled. Do this one manually. I'll probably do the second field on course play, just because it's further away and I want to try and get everything running in parallel for that, but we'll see. Stick GPS on, get ourselves a nice GPS line at the start, and we'll run a couple of headlands and get stuck into the body of the field. I'm still in pounds. I'll sort that in a bit. The BGA is processing slowly. We filled that up with manure, and we are getting on top of getting the manure through the BGA now, which is good because we were able to put the slurry through as well. Although that fertilising contract last time did actually make us a profit over putting stuff through the BGA. It's just easier, time-wise it's easier to put it into the BGA, and that's why we've bought it. And then we'll get the digestate, and if we really want to do fertilising contracts with digestate, we can. Probably more likely going to put the digestate on our fields once we've got the crops off them. But likely this will be this series will finish at harvest this year. I can't remember what I've said about how long I'm going to run it, but there are so many cool maps starting to come out that it feels a bit silly to be playing on Elm Creek still. I've achieved what I wanted to achieve off of this map, which is to understand how dairy cows work better. Actually did that through testing outside of this, but I wanted to get stuck into running a bit of a dairy farm, and we've done that. I've done a little bit on the BGA. I want to look at those more, but I want to look at them without doing what I've done, which was to edit this one to speed it up a bit. Probably going to do a video on the different BGAs in game. Yeah, work out some of that. I think we'll get into a time lapse now, so future me will be with you in a bit. And here I am. So a couple of harvesting contracts today and a bunch of straw baling. What do you think of the new intro? Yes? No? Maybe? So it was a suggestion from some of the guys on the Discord that maybe I should have an intro to all of my videos. So that was a result of me messing about in DaVinci Resolve for a bit and following a tutorial. Let me know what you think. And also, because I'm trying to do this more at the start of the video, if you're watching and you're not already, please click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. It really helps out. Now that's out of the way, let's get focused on these 2 contracts. So yeah, going to get a bunch of barley, obviously, which is kind of cool, and a bunch of straw, which we desperately need. More for milk production, so putting straw in the cows gives us 11% more milk. Doesn't affect the manure or slurry output, and I've got a video on that if you are interested. Cows don't need straw for slurry or manure production, you get the same amount whatever, but if you want more milk you give them straw. So if you're doing beef cattle, no point in doing straw, which is interesting because, like most people, I had assumed if you add straw you get more manure, and you don't. It doesn't affect health or anything like that, it doesn't affect value. So let's get cut into this first field. It's not a massive field, but we get a decent amount of it. What I end up doing is actually putting 1 trailer full in our silo to store it, and then we get about, I think we get about 7,000 litres left over at the end, and rather than driving all the way back to the farm, I tip that in the sell point for the contract because it's right near where we are. It's about halfway back to the farm. You can see the exclamation mark on the bottom corner of the map there, and then we are going to get a whole load of workers going, moving everything we need up to the other field because it's slightly bigger and it's quite away from the farm. So in the interest of getting that all done before it gets too dark, we're going to send the combine up there with the Fent on the trailer. We're going to send the semi up there with the low loader on the back to pick the bales up. We're going to stick the baler on the case, and we're going to send the front loader as well. Everything is going up there to get that job done as quickly as possible. So yeah, we in fact yeah, so this is the first load going back to the farm. I have the trailer weight limit on, so we can only put 25,000 litres in the trailer, and there's still a bit in the combine. So rather than take that all the way up to the next contract and then having to cut it back down the map, we'll take that to the sell point. And while we're doing that, we'll just get the header on the trailer, and yeah, that's my I think it's one of my first times of using the in-game helpers to get places. I have auto drive installed, but I don't have auto drive waypoints to get everything there. So yeah, testing this out, see how it goes. It's a little bit squirrely there coming around the corner, standard for my driving really. Yeah. So yeah, that's I've emptied the Fent and sent that up. Now getting the semi going on a worker. The case can run the big baler, which I was kind of surprised about, so we're going to send that up as well. And then we can get the combine going on courseplay, because I want to get a lot of things done at once up here. We don't have long before it gets dark. We are just going to stick this on courseplay. It also means we can run the baler on courseplay if we want, so then I can get in the JCB and the telehandler and get everything loaded up onto the trailer. The base game worker didn't get very far with the truck, so yeah, we ran the truck and the JCB up, and combine is full, so we'll get that unloaded, and then I think we'll get the baler going. I'm really trying to hammer through this contract as quickly as I can. I'm going to do the first headland or so manually, so that I can choose where we dump the bales to keep them out of the way of the combine. Although you'll see later on, keeping out of the way of the combine is a bit of an issue for us. Yeah. I'm not so ranty today either. Kind of chill. I'm kind of knackered is what I am. If you're on Discord, you'll be able to work out what day this is. Well, actually, it's getting a really nasty habit. Dogs had me up at 4 AM this morning. There we go. Good old courseplay and auto drive working together. Thanks a lot. So actually, yeah, it was cool. I had the baler on courseplay as well, but it worked out. So yeah, dogs had me up at 4 o'clock this morning, which was kind of sucky. You know, I was driving the baler, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, dogs had me up really early, and I'm feeding it. So no, I didn't have a baler on courseplay. I was driving, but we'll stick it on courseplay now. We'll empty the combine out, and then I think we'll start getting some bales stacked, because so we're trying to get all of this done as quickly as possible, and then we will probably next video we'll be harvesting the oats that we have and Probably some more grass work. There's always grass work to be done on here. And then I might just skip forward to the silage. It's quite a way off, I think. I think corn is kind of autumn time. And we're not even in summer yet. Whether I should plant, I'm not going to do another year on here, so I might not. I might just skip forwards a bit. We'll see. So we are nearly done. I think this is the first load of crop coming down to the farm. It's getting dark, which is a bit annoying because it's kind of hard to record a video when you guys can't see. So, although it's summer, it got dark quicker than I thought. So combine is pretty much done here. We did have another incident of the combine ramming the baler, but I've got most of the bales on the back of the semi as well. We've only got a few to pick up and manually loaded. Get me? Yeah, manually loading bales. So the bale physics in 22 is so much better. So we'll use the workers again to send the combine back down to the farm, and the header as well, and probably the trailer as well. And I think we have a couple of bales left to pick up. Yep. So the baler actually we can send over to field 53 because we need it there in the morning. And then we'll get these last few bales loaded up, and then I'm also going to send the JCB off to field 53, which I got done. It's getting a bit dark, so I just did that off camera. Put a few loads of manure through the BGA before we went to sleep, and then just hoping this means we can just keep on top of it. We've got not huge amounts of manure to get rid of. I also want to head up to the store to pick up a bale spike for the little John Deere. Going to have to use the base game one because I don't have any installed for front loaders, but the JCB is off waiting to do the baling on the contract field, so I thought means we can use something different. While that drives back, we are going to put the slurry that we have through the BGA as well. Now we're caught up, we should be good for just pushing stuff through the BGA, and it's giving us a nice steady income. More than covered the cost of all the workers for the contracts that we did. So we still have the one field left to bale, and I actually forget to take the crop to the sell point and finish the contracts in this video. So we'll be doing that next time, and we'll see how much we actually make. I reckon I can get 6 high in here with a bit of thought, and I actually end up doing that with some of the later bales. So close. But this bale spike is quite nice. It does grip well enough that you can pick up those fallen stacks of bales, which is good for me because I quite often do that when I'm unloading trailers like this. So, yeah. And the little John Deere worked quite well as a bale tractor, or bale loading tractor, front loader tractor. I guess it's partly what it's designed for. It's got the kind of panoramic sunroof job. Going to have to use the JCB to tidy up stacking the bales in the back of the shed because this bale fork is too tall to get those in there. Got a couple more to go, and then we think we'll go over and crack on with baling the other field. The video's getting a bit long, so I do kind of skip some of that because we have 2 fields to bale still. Yeah, have to do this one manually. The second big field, our oat field, because of the crash that I had, and we end up harvesting it partly on courseplay. I do have a courseplay course for that, so we can use courseplay for some of that. And we also need to get some straw in with the ladies now so that we can get that extra milk production going. We have a nice supply, so yeah, we may as well start using it to get that extra milk. And I have at least a trailer load of milk to sell next time around as well. So pretty much done. Got a nice load of bales off of here. Rather than manually stacking them, the JCB is here. I'm going to lease an auto load trailer for this. There are 2 reasons I'm doing this. 1, I didn't want to stack a load more bales. 2, auto load bale trailers are the thing that causes bales to appear in the shop. I want that to happen so I can make a video on it. So we are auto loading some bales in the hope that I get some bales appearing in the shop so that I can then do a video on how you fix it. Yeah. They're all back at the farm, so we will load up the course for the big baler and let the class run with that. I'm not going to fully load this bale trailer because I don't like the way it stacks. So yeah, just going to do a quick tidy up here, get these stacks done, and then we will start blowing some straw into the cow pens. I'm going to take the put a couple of bales in, or a bale in, because one falls off the bale spike. just knocking 50 grand off the loan there. But I'm going to park the straw blower up and then just take bales over to it. I think that will be easier. I'm going to put 4 in each pen, which pretty much fills them. But it does take quite a while. It's quite a slow straw blower. Might be realistic, but maybe not, because we are, a day is 2 weeks. It looks like it takes a day to blow straw into the cowshed. We'll ignore that. Most of the baling is done, but because I did some of it by hand, Courseplay hasn't picked it all up, and I thought to speed it up, we'd make some round bales as well. First one out was a small one because it was partially done, but we can make the big 180 centimetre, nearly 6 foot bales, so they hold a load of straw, which is cool. Not bothered that we've got a mixture. I'm not going to clear all of the bales off of this field. I've got all the square ones we'll put on the auto load trailer and get those over to the yard. The round ones I'll probably just pick up with the JCB and then drop over in the yard afterwards. Annoyingly can't quite get a full bale out of here. I don't think anyway. I don't think we do. But Courseplay is just finishing up the other row, which is kind of nice. Just quickly checking the sales. The plough that we leased is on sale now, so I'm tempted to pick that up. Might be useful having a second plough if we're going to run lots of ploughing contracts again. They were quite profitable actually. So, although we're not going to be doing another year on here, so if I was doing another year, I would definitely do that. Let's just quickly whiz around and pick all these up. I'm not completely filling the trailer because I don't like how it stacks, so we'll put 18 on and I'll go and grab the rest. And I'm just going to say thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, leave me a comment, and I will catch you next time on Ravenwood.